Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So we are going to be painting some backgrounds on this 100% cotton Academy watercolor paper. It's one of those glued pads. So I'm going to have to let it dry after I do that. And right today I'm going to be using these beautiful colors that I haven't used since I swatched them, I think. And they're so beautiful. So I can never remember what they're called, which is one of the reasons why I don't use them here. Kiritaki. These are the Kiritaki paints. And there's a set of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 colors. So I have my Artigria premium quality watercolor art brushes. These are very inexpensive on Amazon.ca. This is the Intuition series, and they are the finest synthetic squirrel. I will not use real fur. I love animals way too much to do that. So I only ever use synthetic. And this is what they look like. And they're just really beautiful brushes. I just love them a lot. These are my favorite set of brushes, I would say. Anyway, yeah, so let's tilt this backward. And I've just got some tape to let it sit upright a little bit. So I also have this little mini tin box of handmade watercolor. This is by CSY Art Gallery. And these are really, really gorgeous, gorgeous metallic colors. I really love them a lot. I am very, very attracted to metallic colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these a little swish of water with my little tiny spray bottle here. I'm just going to put them down. Where could I put them? Just right here for now. And I'm not going to use all of these colors. I know I want the yellow and the golden yellow. And maybe the green and the blue. And I'm just going to give these a little squish too. A squirt, not a squish. I can't talk. You guys, if you watch my channel, you know. So I'm just going to grab a nice size brush. This is the size 10 round. And I have my water off to the side where you can't see it and where I can't spill it. So I want some lemon yellow. Let's add some more water. And I want some ochre. And I think that looks really beautiful. And I can't quite get the color all the way to the bottom because the glue is on the page. So let's pick that up. Isn't that pretty? It's like a marbleized color. And let's get some of this gold. And just drop that in here. See what it looks like. Some shimmery gold is so beautiful, you guys. And I'm going to get some of the darker gold too. And just drop it in. So because this is cotton paper, it's really taking to the color nicely. I know you're getting a glare from the overhead light. Can't be helped. I always work at night. And, yeah. So this is just going to be the background for some little cards that I want to make. I want to do some ACEO cards, which are kind of like art trading cards. And, you know, if they turn out right, eventually I would like to try to sell them on eBay. I used to sell reborn dolls on eBay all the time. And I really enjoyed it, except for the shipping was a pain in the neck. And these can just be shipped in an envelope, so that's okay. Just going to grab a Kleenex and dab some of the excess water at the bottom. And let's just hold it up. Isn't that pretty? So there's a little splashes of color in there. These will all be cut up. This will make 8 different cards. They need to be 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And this is a 5 by 7 inch. So if I cut it in half this way and in half this way, it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 cards of the right size. So now I just have to put this aside. And I think that was the hot press watercolor paper that I used here. I don't know, because I bought this Academy paper and the covers had 3 colors. There was like the yellowish color, the greenish one, and then there was a brown one. And I think the brownish red one was the rough one. And I think this is going to be the cold press, and I think that this one we just did was the hot press, but I am not really sure. But anyway, now I need to take off this first cover. This is my first time using this one. So I'm just going with my knife to get a little area. And then I'm just going to rip that off. Yeah. So let's get some of the greens and blues this time, I think. So yeah, it's really cool using these little glued pads because you don't have to tape everything down, which is amazing. I really like that. All right, so now I'm going to go with some of this light blue and just sweep it across. Try to get some movement in there. And then I'm going to go with some turquoise blue. And I don't know if you could see, but I am getting paint everywhere, which is why I have a little rubber mat underneath on my desk to catch it. It cleans up real nice. And let's just dab in a little bit of ultramarine. Just here and there. And let's just let it move. Oh, I got green on my brush by accident. How the heck did I do that? Oh, bummer. Okay, no worries. Let's grab a Kleenex. The green is pretty. Let's just try to dab some of it off. And go back in with some blue. And I've got lots of water here, so I'm going to tilt it. And let just the colors just mesh and mingle. I think I want more of that turquoise. I'm glad that the little flap is here so I have something to grab onto. I think that's really pretty. What do you guys think? That will make a beautiful background for some art. And I kind of want to put, I don't know if it will wreck it is the only thing, but I wanted to put some of the silvery white metallic paint in here. So let's just drop it in where the lighter color is. Yeah, I think it's just not that great. The white doesn't really show. Sorry, I hit the camera with my paintbrush. Now it's officially my video. I would love to do some dabbing, but I am horrible at dabbing. You know how some people can do it? I'm not one of those people. It just gets everywhere and makes a mess. So it kind of looks cloudy where I put the white. It's so pretty. That's beautiful. Oh man, I should have been using cotton paper all this time. Cotton paper is so much better. Every artist is going to tell you that cotton paper is better, and I was very stubborn, and I did not want to spend the money on cotton paper, but they were right. Oh my gosh, this cotton paper is just scrumptious. So now we have a blue background, and we have like a yellowy gold background. Isn't that pretty? And that has to dry. And that has to dry, and I don't want to use my blow dryer on it. And I have also prepared another paper. This is the Fun 2 watercolor pad. It's 100% cotton, non-toxic, cold press. I've never tried it before. It's 140 pounds. It says it's two-sided. It's 10 by 7. So one of these is like two of these together. And there's 20 sheets. And I've never tried it before. So we're going to try it now. But I had to tape it down because this is not one of those glued things. The glue is just on the top. It's not all the way around. So you could just... I'm sorry I'm hardly on camera, you guys. You can just lift this up. So I'm definitely going to buy more of those glue ones. Those are awesome. And I also have a bigger spray bottle, which is really nice. Oh, sorry, hit the camera again. But it just lets off a lot of water. You want to see? I don't want to get this wet. Let me just rearrange these a little bit. I'm really impressed with how pretty those backgrounds are. Okay, so now we could test my bigger bottle, my big misting bottle that I got off Amazon. And my African gray parrot loves to be sprayed with this because it's a softer mist than the other bottle that I have for her. I have like a plant mister for her downstairs for her showers. But sometimes the spray comes out too hard and she doesn't like it. So I have to make sure. It does do this fine spray, but only on one setting. And it's hard to find that setting. So I've got a ton of water on here. I'm gonna clean my brush. And now I want to do some greens, I believe. So let's start with the sap green light. And I think I'm going to add some of that yellow again to make a lighter green. Because I'm going to be using green in these paintings. So I want to keep this light. And I have to keep in mind that the paint, it does dry quite a bit lighter than it looks when it's wet. And I think I want to add some of that light gold in here too. So let me clean off my brush real good. And let's get some of this gold. I've got a giant pool of water here. So I'm just adding some gold to this pool. And you could see this paper, I don't know if you could see, but it's bowing up. Even though it's taped down, it's saying, yeah, Kathy, no more water. We have enough water here. And I'm just going to pick this up and let the colors just do whatever they want. I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm sorry that you're not far enough away from the camera, you guys. I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I'm done playing with it. So that is it for my background colors. I'm just going to move these away for a second. And I don't care if I get any cauliflowers because that will add to the background. So I don't mind. So here we have the yellow and gold. Here we have the blue and silver. And here we have the green and gold. So here's all the colors. And I really do enjoy these little metallic watercolors by CSY Art Gallery. They're really cute. So anyway, I will come back after these are all dried. I'm just going to pull some of this water out from this corner. So I had so much fun. I love colors. Colors make me happy. And this is just step one. I'm going to be drawing on top of these and cutting them all up and making little cards. So I thought you might want to see step one. And I also want to make clear, this is not a tutorial. You're welcome to follow around if you want. But you should know that I'm just experimenting and not really sure where I'm going. Although I know I want to do some paintings on top of here and some drawings after they're all cut up, or maybe before, I'm not sure. But we'll see. Anyway, I will come back. See you in a bit. Hi guys, I am back and my little background paintings have dried. So let's take a look at them. So first off, we have the Academy, I believe this is the cold press. Not cold press, hot press. Hot press is smoother. So this is the Academy. 300 gram paper, cotton. So I use my Kuretake Gansai Tambi. And for this one, just for the background, I used lemon yellow, yellow ochre, and a bunch of different gold colors of my CSY handmade watercolors. So these three colors I tried, but mostly these two. And I love how that turned out. It is so pretty. And look at, it looks like there's like a little butterfly here. Can you see? I see like a wing and the body. And it looks like there's some like roses. So cool. So yeah, so these are all going to be cut up into 4 pieces. But I think it looks really cool. Then this is on the cold press paper, which is a rougher paper, and it shows more texture. And for this one, I used Ultramarine Pale, which is this one. I just have this on because there's still water in here and I don't want to spill it. A little bit of the turquoise blue and a little wee bit of ultramarine. So these 3 colors. And I use the white or the silver right here. And that's making all of these squiggles. Now this, it doesn't blend in as nicely as this does. This paint kind of just sits where you put it. It spreads a little bit, but it doesn't spread as much as these do. But isn't that beautiful? I really love those colors. Oh, it does not look like looking into the water with the sky reflecting like the clouds on top. So pretty. And I don't know if you're going to get to see the glitter. I can't get it to show up in the camera, but here's all the glitter area here. So I see a tornado. Anyway, so those are those two. And then this is on the Funto cotton watercolor pad. These are my greens and golds. And I did use different colors, but mostly sap green and lemon yellow. I probably got, this is sap green light and lemon yellow. And I probably should have used like a darker green too, but I didn't. The Viridian would have been pretty in there. But I wanted a light background. I didn't want to oversaturate. And the greens, the darker greens especially, they can do that. And you can see I still have some water on here, so let's clean that off. So this is really, really lovely watercolor. And the only reason I don't use it as often as I should is because it annoys me to no end that it just came in a cardboard box without a place to mix. I wish they would have given me even a plastic mixing tray. And I guess, like I said, I could put this here and mix here. I'm sure it would work. But I didn't. So I'm just going to put these away. And the box is beautiful. And these paints are just gorgeous. Gorgeous paints. So yeah, and these are really lovely too. I might order another set with some more colors because these are my favorite out of all of my metallic paints. So I'm not sure if I'm going to cut this one up. I love this one. It's so beautiful. But I think I want to start with the yellow one. Now that it's dry, I have to use this palette knife and find the spot where the paper separates, which is really hard for me. I have shaky hands, and it's shakier when my asthma is bad, and my asthma has been real bad. So, like, not bad enough to need the hospital, but bad enough that I've been needing my Ventolin much more than I usually do. But not like hospital emergency room bad. I don't know if I have one paper here or two. I hope not two. I hope I'm on camera because I have to bring it closer to me quite often. So those of you who've used this kind of paper before, what do I do with the glue? Am I supposed to peel that glue off? You see what I mean? This is like, I've never used this kind of paper before. I'm used to sketchbooks. Okay. See this? Like, do I need to pull that off? I don't want to take everything off. Someone tell me. Like, I feel like I should pick that off, but I don't know. Okay, I am back, and this is what it looks like all in one piece. And you can see the gold shining really nicely on that. So now I only took one out. I didn't take these out because I'm going to do an experiment. I've never done these kind of cards before. They're called art trading cards if you just trade them with other artists. And they're called ACEO if you sell them. And I don't know what they're called if you just keep them for yourself. Just mini art maybe. I don't know. So I don't know if it's better to cut them up first and then draw on them. Or to leave them on there. Just draw the lines for the four. Draw on here and cut them later. I don't know. So I'm going to cut this up first. And this one I'll draw right on there. And then whatever I like more, I will do for the green one. I think that's a good idea. So I have my Fiskars cutting thing. Okay, I am back, and these cards are cut into the right size. And this is what they look like. So here's one. And I turn it so you can see the gold shimmering, pretty. And here's another one. Here's a third one. And a fourth one. So, it is going to be St. Patrick's Day next week. So, you see I've got my green nails already. So I thought I would paint some, or draw some leprechauns, or maybe gnomes, like leprechaun-y like gnomes, because gnomes might be easier. And this will be the background. So I want to do two males and two females. And I think these are so pretty. And you know, I'm just thinking I could get one of those corner things and trim the corners too. That would be nice. I will probably go over the corners in gold later. And I think what I'm going to do is just grab some masking tape. And I'm just going to put it down on my top. And then rip it off again so that it's not as sticky as it could be. And fold it over. And put this on the back. And just kind of stick it down. Just like that. Look how teeny tiny that is. And now I'm going to grab my mechanical pencil and an eraser. Dollarama. Well, Faber-Castell wasn't, but I got 4 of these for $9.99 on Amazon. I lost 3 of them. I'm sure they're under my bed or under my desk because I drop everything constantly. So, here are my other 3. Pretty. And I just got to move these paints away. So, I think St. Patrick's Day, I don't know why it reminds me of Ireland, but I think I want to do like one gnome holding like an Irish flag, one holding a clover, one holding a pot of gold, and maybe one holding a green beer or something. I want to do a little guy here, but I don't want him just standing. I want him kind of like celebrating and happy in the pose. And, well, let's just try it, shall we? It's not like I can't try again if I mess it up. So I kind of want a tall hat. And I want it to have one of those buckles. And the brim coming out kind of like this. And do I want to give him a face or just a nose? I guess I could give some a face and some just a nose. See what I like better. And I probably shouldn't have put him right in the middle. You're not supposed to put things right in the middle. Why? Why is that a rule? So what if we put a big nose here? He looks like a snowman. Some eyebrows here. And like some sleepy eyes. Like a big mustache. And some pointy, like elf kind of ears. And a big giant beard. Something like that. And a little stubby body. Maybe another belt.
This is a reminder. Take my Tylenol. This is a reminder. Take my Tylenol.
And I don't know if I should give him like clown shoes or pointy shoes or what. What about those weird shoes that curl up? Like that? Can you guys even see what I'm doing? You can't, can you? I am so sorry, you guys. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to cut out what came before because you guys weren't close enough to see me draw. But this is what I have so far. And I think I want one leg to kind of come out this way. It's all weird. Okay, and I want his arms up in the air. Just little stubby arms. It's a little hand. I'm very bad at hands. And another arm out here. You know what? I think I want to change that hand. Yeah, I want to change that hand. Or wait. Yeah, I do. So I want that hand to be like this, like he's holding something. So the thumb will kind of go in like this. And this is going to come down like this. That'll be like a little stick that he's holding. No, I hate that. And I think I want to give him I don't know. I think a clover just looks like 3 hearts. And now his hands are open and they should be closed. So let's just do this. So I think that's kind of how I want him to look. And we'll put some grass. What do you guys think? Could you see any of that? So this is my tester. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't help that my hands are so darn shaky. I have these Oohoo colored fine liners. And I also have some paint pens that I could use. So I'm using a 0.8 marker. So I think I want the hat to kind of look like that. Can you see how shaky I am, you guys? My hands are super shaky today. And I don't want to do the face with this thicker pen, but I do want to use the thicker pen for the outlines of just about everything. Like that. He looks like the Monopoly man now. Oh no. Well, I am doing this for me. All right, so I need a buckle in the middle, a buckle that goes around, like that. Cute. And I think I need a smaller pen. That's a 0.8. Let's go down to a 0.2 for the hands. And I need some eyebrows. Let's make them bigger. And let's give him some lines in his beard, I guess. And let's give him some light green here. And some dark green here. You know what I should be using? Instead of markers to color, is I could be using my Prismacolors or my other colored pencils. That might work. What do you guys think? This is not fun coloring with these. Alexa, can I use alcohol markers on top of watercolor?
Yes, you can use alcohol markers on top of watercolor, but there are some important considerations. Since you're working with both mediums, the key is letting the watercolor fully dry first. Have you tried using a fixative spray on your watercolor before adding the markers? It
No,
helps prevent the alcohol from reactivating the paint.
thanks. Alexa, will the alcohol reactivate the paint?
Happy creating with those mixed media techniques.
Thanks. Alexa, will alcohol marker reactivate watercolor?
Yes, alcohol markers can reactivate watercolor if the paint isn't completely dry. The alcohol in the markers acts as a solvent that can lift and move the dried paint pigments, creating unexpected effects.
Alexa, what if the watercolor's completely dry? Will it work then?
Yes, they'll work fine on completely dried watercolors. The alcohol won't reactivate the paint once it's fully set.
Thank you.
Glad I could help with your art project.
Okay, guys, I am back, and now I have to decide whether I want the interior gold part to just be the background, or if I want to actually use a gold pen or a gold marker. I have a few silver, gold, and bronze pens, and I have some paint markers too. This one here, it's a really pretty pen. It's a Uniball Signal Gold. And I think that might be pretty, especially up here where I got black. So what if we just outline it and see if it even shows up on here? It does, but it makes it darker. So I'll just put a few lines here just so it matches, I guess. I'm going to have to. I think it might have been nicer just leaving it. And I could try Prismacolor. I can try, these are Tistro paint markers. They have a silver and a gold. And I have these Art Deco paint markers. But there is no silver or gold. They're just all of these colors. And I do have a set of these Art Deco paint markers coming in on Monday that are acrylic, but I don't want to wait. So, yeah. I need a red color for the flag. I have a red Ohuhu marker. So we might as well use that and stay consistent with this one. These Ohuhu fine liners are really beautiful. And I have alcohol markers that I could do too. And I asked Alexa, I don't want to say her name or she'll start listening, whether I could use them. And she said as long as the watercolor is dry, it should not reactivate. And now that needs to be white, and I don't have white. But I do have white paint pens, and I have white, like, other pens that I could try. And I think I want to put a little bit of red at the bottom of the beard here. Just a little bit. And I'm going to, I have a brush marker, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm just going to use my 0.8, my 8 marker again, because I'm afraid that I'll just wreck it with the brush marker, because I'm having such a shaky hand day. I have a brown. Oh, I should have used the black for, I got to do the belts too. But I got distracted by this. Oh, that's a really nice brown. I wanted this pole to look like a kind of like a branch with just a round thing on the top to keep it on. This is cute. I like it. You know what? I do like it. Let's put some brown dried grass down here. Yeah, I really like these fine liner pens. I just got these, and they're really cool. So, all in all, this probably would have been a lot faster just painting instead of coloring, but I do like the bright, vibrant color that I'm getting here. Put a little black squiggles under here too. And now, should I color his face with Prismacolors or not? What do you guys think? I guess we could test it out and see. I've got this. What color is this? Peach. And I have light peach. Perfect. So let's do some light peach. Let's see if it covers. Just enough to give some color. It does. And then some peach. And what about some pink on his nose? And on his cheeks, a little bit of pink here. A little pink on his nose. Maybe a little bit of pink on his hands. And what about a little bit of darker pink just right here? He's cute. I can give him some pink on his ear. So, the Prismacolors work. So I guess this is going to be mixed media because I'm literally pulling out everything I own to see what works. And this is what I have so far. Isn't that pretty? I can see some places now that I held it up where I missed with the green. I could still see some white lines. You know what I should do? Should I go around this with green or gold? Around the edges? It feels like it's missing something. Like it needs green or gold around the edges. You know what I should do is get my stamp pad and stamp around it, but I don't think I have a green stamp pad. I think this is super cute. What do you guys think? Now, can I go over and get rid of some of these lines, or should I leave them in? Yeah, I think I'm pulling off paint when I do that. I see lines there that weren't there 5 seconds ago, but they look cool. Gosh, I wish I had a green sparkle pen. I've got a gold paint pen. But what if it's an ugly gold? You know what? I have this tiny little strip that I cut off because they weren't even when I cut them. So there's some paint on here. So I could just test this. I don't think these are the kind that have to be shaken. These are Artistro paint marker pens with an extra fine point. Shake well with cap on it. To prime the tip, press it. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your marker. Shake your marker. Why can't I just shake the whole pack then? Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your marker. Shake your marker. Oh, shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. And you got to press to make them work. Yeah, that's why I never use these. I hate this. I just have a scrap piece of paper here. Okay, that's what that looks like on green. What does it look like on this yellow? I don't know. What does this green look like?
One hour later.
So I think this one has dried up. I think I'm just going to go with the gold. I think that looks better. Do some little motion lines. And I was just trying to go around the back with some gold so there's not a lot of white on the edge. All right, there is my first little ACEO card. It is not perfect, but it's the best I could do with the materials I have at the time. I'm just like winging it. So you guys, I still have 3 more that I want to draw, but I'm not going to do those on camera. So I'll do these off camera because I've already been recording for a very long time, but I will come back and show you what they all look like, okay? So here's my very first one that we did together. His leg looks weird. His leg looks weird. I sure wish I wouldn't have tried my eraser right here, but that's okay. It just looks like texture. So what do you guys think of my little leprechaun / gnome for St. Patrick's Day? I think he's cute. So on the back, I think I'm going to use my gold or green pen. What do you think? Gold or green? I don't know. So I'm going to sign my name. And I am going to put first ACEO ever. And we will call him, I don't know, but I'm going to put 1 of 4, because there's going to be 4 in this series. And these are probably just going to be things I keep forever, but I think they're super cute. Yeah, I'm going to think of a name for him, and I'll give him a name for this card. I feel like there should be something up here in this corner, because the flag is going off. Oh, white. There has to be white in the middle. I can try this Art Echo dual tip acrylic marker pen in white. Let's do a little test. That looks good. And you know what? Let's put some white over here to kind of balance it out. And let's just go around that white with some yellow. Just so there's something in that corner. All right, I think that looks way better. He was just missing that white in the flag. It just looked weird. And I kind of feel like I should draw some more clovers down here, but I think that's enough. Or should I put one right here? I don't know. Let me think about it. I think he's cute. And if you look closely, you can still see the glitter from the shiny, the metallic paint, the watercolor underneath. I love him. He's so cute. All right, guys, I'll come back later. Okay, guys, I am back, and as you can see by my fingers, I am a total mess, but I did my first 4 trading cards, or ACEO cards, or whatever you want to call them, and I think for my first try, they're really cute. So, these are on a yellow watercolor background on watercolor paper. Here's another background I did in blue, and one I did in green and yellow that I haven't used yet. This is like yellow and gold. And I thought that would be a pretty background for painting like greeny blues on, because St. Patrick's Day, you guys. And here are my gnomes. So these 4 were done on this Academy watercolor paper pad. This is cotton paper. And I'm pretty sure that is the hot press because it's smooth. And anyway, here is the first one that I did. And I wrote first ACEO card ever, 1 of 4. And I signed my name. And this is the second one, 2 of 4. And I signed my name. And I'm going to name all of these. And then these are 3 and 4 that I did. And I drew them all together. And then I painted them. And I think that is the last one I painted. So I'm not sure if I like that dark line on the rainbow. I might go back and go over it and paint pen again. So these are absolutely mixed media, because like I said, I started with a watercolor wash on the bottom, and then I went over them with everything I had, like literally everything I had, to see what would work. I tried paint pens, I tried fine liners, I tried color pencils, the Prismacolor color pencils. Yeah. So, yeah. And I don't know, like, whether the green would have been better on the green. Because look how beautiful that green is. That is gorgeous. And if I don't sell these as ACEO cards, or if I don't, give them away, I might just make a green border to put these on, and like, look how pretty that looks with a green border around it. That's beautiful. But anyway, I went around them with a gold paint pen because they seem to need something. So anyway, I showed you these two. And in my mind, this is a little couple. And they go together. So I'll try to bring them close up together so you can see there's some sparkle on there. There's some gold. There's some bronze. And this one is painted mostly in fine liner. And it took me forever. And I thought the paint markers have got to be better. But and they're faster. The paint markers are faster. But these, it's easier to not go over the black outline because they're fine liners, so they're not as big. So, I don't know. I think I might like the look of the fine liner better than the paint pens. And I did go over some of these with fine liner as well, just to get some of the color. So, I went with the green of the fine liner and the orange, just to get those colors in there too. But then these two, I moved right over to paint pen, and I'm not sure if I like that rainbow or not. I thought the black line would be cool and make it look sort of, I don't know, stained glass effect. But my hands are so shaky today. I've been taking my Ventolin like crazy, so I think my lines are too big. I used the brush marker. So I might go back and add more yellow to fix that. But I don't want to do it now. I want to wait till it's really good and dry. It's dry now, but I want to make sure it's really good and dry. And you can see the gold underneath. So this guy, he's got his pot of gold, which I thought was perfect because the gold is just shimmering right over here. And then I did it try to, like, he's dropping it down. And also that's where the end of the rainbow is. So he's going to put the pot of gold down. And I think she's really cute. Although I should have probably moved that leg over more. There's something wonky with the direction of this. But it's still so cute, you guys. And I kind of like the ones without eyes better, even though those are simple eyes. So I should have done them more like gnomes. So let me see if I can show you all four of them together. And let me move some of this out of the way. So what about if I get rid of all of this too and I just have my desk? I think that'll look better. So here are all four of my ACEO cards. Let's put them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or was it 3, 4? I think like that. So here they are. I'm super happy with them. I think they're adorable. I had so much fun. I worked way too long on these, you guys. But it was wonderful. I listened to some of my favorite music on the Alexa, and I colored, and I just feel so good right now. This was awesome. I really, really enjoyed this. I'm definitely going to do more. I'm going to do an Easter series and a spring series, and yeah, super excited. I think they're adorable. What do you guys think? So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I think I really like this one, the first one that I did, because he's just so cute and he's jumping and he's got the curvy shoes. And I tried to give her the curvy shoes too. I like this couple better than this couple. Although I like this couple. I think they're cute. The only thing I don't like is I give them the more blondie hair with just a touch of orange. And I like the more vibrant look of the fine liner. So I might go back and touch these up. And if I do, I'll come back and do a quick video. But for now, I am done. I'm exhausted. And I want to edit this video and get it up in time for St. Patrick's Day. At least like a day before things about St. Patrick's Day if I can. So super cute. I love the yellow on the top here. I love the gold. I love them. I think they're adorable. So yeah. So I just got to sign them. I've got to name them. Like Lucky Charm or, funny little quirky names like that. I think I might go back and fix that rainbow. Let me know in the comments if you would or not. All right, guys. Please let me know which ones you like the best or if you like these at all. And yeah, super excited. I'm gonna try alcohol marker too, but I'm gonna just wait because I was afraid the alcohol marker would make the watercolor come up again. And Alexa said if I let it dry, it won't. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button, the subscribe, the notification bell, all of those things that help as a channel. And most importantly of all, take care. Stay safe. Happy crafting. Bye.